he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The rebounds are bouncing, the Suns owners flying, the playoffs are here! What is up, Terry? I am Garrett Charles Langley Henson, and y'all are watching the Habitual Line Steppers podcast with my friend
Terry Ricardo DeShazo the fourth? Nah, just the second.
Double up.
What up, man? Yesterday was crazy, except for the Knicks. They suck cock. But yesterday was amazing.
We'll get to them. They're the mayonnaise in this sandwich, the thinnest layer that we'll talk about during this podcast. Let's start with the meat, though. The flop heard around the world.
Oh, God.
Brand new owner, Matt Ishbia, almost succeeded in getting Jokic kicked out and suspended in the series when he grabbed a basketball that went out of bounds and refused to hand it over to Jokic. Clearly, Matt Ishbia has been watching some pep tape. He's like, they got no ball boys in the NBA. For some reason, this is the only ball they play with. I'm keeping it. Jokic tried to wrestle it away. Ishbia wasn't having it. He slapped the ball out of Jokic's hands. He put his hand on Jokic's hip, and Jokic hit him with a little chicken wing that caused Matt Ishbia to fall 8 feet backwards onto the ground. Like he was crying out for the fucking WrestleMania.
Hey, yo, when I first saw it, like when I first glanced at it, I was like, ooh,
right?
Hold up.
He flopped good as fuck, didn't he? That shit got you.
That was nice. I was like, oh shit, he might get suspended for that. But then when further analyze it. How about, first of all, what did you think about it when you saw it?
I think you can't grab a ball and prevent play from continuing on. Like, if this guy wasn't the owner of the Suns, they wouldn't let him come back to an NBA game. That's a violation of the code of conduct.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like,
I don't know where this guy gets off playing the victim. Like, I'm going to come make myself a part of the game, withhold the ball so they can't, like, start a fast break while Josh Okogie's on the ground. And then I'm going to act like I've been wronged so bad. He must have got in touch with Marcus Morris beforehand.
Is it Marcus or Markieff? Whichever one Jokic fucking two-hand shoved and had whiplash. That was insane. But anyways, that's history too. I'm just saying. But I don't know. Like I saw a little bit of both. I saw a little bit of like Ishbia was definitely being a dick. He was definitely being a dick for a second. But then I also kind of could see where like he was just helping out Okogie, and then he like felt somebody taking the ball, and he looked up. And he was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "No, you can't have this fucking ball. Get out of here."
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't know if he did it on purpose or if he did.
Like, you can't take the ball from the players, dude. I love how you kept calling him a fan after the game. It was like the fan put their hands on me.
I mean, he's new, though, so.
But I still love it. Let's just call him the fan. Let's not even use his name. The fan. But I put Jokic first. And it's like, they are...
Who? Ishbia?
Yeah, he put his hands on Jokic first.
I didn't see that. I mean, I don't know.
I thought it was real subtle. It was like the Al Horford hand on the waist when you're shooting a jumper. You know what I mean?
Oh, that type shit? Yeah.
Jokic is like, get off me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. In a way, though, I still think Jokic got a little lucky. We're getting away from how great this series has been, but if that wasn't the owner of the Suns, that would have been looked at a little differently. I still don't think he would have got suspended. Like, because I think there was Zach Lowe did a perfect job of like telling me about 2 other instances in which like then like Joakim Noah fucking
and Nurkic
got into it.
Phone. He took a fan.
Yeah.
Threw it into the fucking stands.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, if those are like your tests for what you're supposed to do, then I guess the suspension wasn't really in question. But when I first saw it, I was like, Yoke, I don't know, buddy. You better be careful with this light climate your boy Adam Silver's been going on. I mean, he's been suspending people for far less than that shit. I'm not gonna lie. So.
Hey, they suspend Steph Curry for throwing his mouthpiece at a fan. But,
nah.
Yeah, you can't suspend Jokic for getting a guy's hands off him. Like you're not allowed to go. Hey, whoever this Suns fan is, you're not allowed to go to the games and touch the players or participate in the game and withhold the only thing that they play with.
That was tough. But come on, bro.
And HBA, he's like, I own the Suns. This is my court. I'm taking my ball and going home.
But come on, bro. Jokic, like, do you really think they were going to start the game with Okogie just in the fucking crowd? Like, the refs were about to just give him the ball.
The refs, you remember that Warriors game a couple months ago against the Mavericks where they let the Mavericks line up on the wrong side of the court?
I do remember that, yeah. That's all the refs,
Yeah,
though.
100% they'll let them go on Josh and Koji.
Nah. Not while he's in the crowd. The Mavericks were just, like, in a huddle. And the refs were like, all right, guys, like, it's been 30 seconds. Timeout's done. All right, start the game. Warriors, 2 points. And they won by 2. Which is fucking hilarious.
Man, if you don't take a timeout and Josh Okogie is in the crowd, I think you should be able to pick the ball up and go. Like, why should we have to stop just because he made a reckless play and is no longer on the court?
I don't know. I think it's more of just like making sure there's nothing spilled on the floor and shit, like beers or all that type of stuff. It's just that type of situation, yeah. It's only because he was in the stands. Like, if he went like on the bench or something, I'm sure they just would have been like, all right, man, get the fuck up. And they would have pushed him off. But who's to know?
Speaking of
I don't know.
Bench, DeAndre Ayton rebounded from a disastrous Game 3 in which he was benched for Jock Landale and said after the game, my mind just wasn't there tonight. I don't blame Coach for benching me. Well, Terry, he rebounded in a big way, scoring 8 points and holding Nikola Jokic to only 50.
53. This boy Jokic just had like one of the best games of his life. Bro, I'll take my words back. You know, before the series started, I think before the playoffs started, I was just like, KD was like, yeah, I gave Aiden a talk, and I think Aiden really, you know, he's listening to me, and I think he's going to play well. And I was like, I read into that shit hard. Aiden sucks. His effort was poor. It's not that you played bad. It's your effort was really piss poor. If you're giving away shit effort, I see why Jock Landale got in the game. I barely know who he is, you know, Landale, but his numbers are way better than Aiden's.
He was on our team at the beginning of the season, and we traded him for Frank Kaminsky.
Hey, man, you don't need, the Hawks didn't need another center, so that's fine.
We're going to use somebody who could shoot that after Gallinari left. But whatever. This isn't about the Hawks.
But he's playing like backup 5. Anyways, Ayton, bro, you let me down. I'm done with Ayton. I'm completely out. Horrible pick by the Suns. You guys should have picked Doncic. You would have had a fucking juggernaut of Doncic, Booker, Chris Paul. Imagine if KD played with this team. It was Doncic and Booker and Paul.
It'd be the perfect situation. He'd just get to
Oh,
all the way to the finals.
Anyways, what do you think about this series, man?
I think Chris Paul's injury may have been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Because now Devin Booker has the ball in his hands a whole lot more. You're not able
Booker.
to deny him at times like Kawhi was able to do during the Clippers series. His playmaking has been exceptional. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and even the times where he's not playmaking, they sent 2 people right in his face, and he's like, fuck you. I'm shooting this over 4 arms right in your face.
Yep.
I just think, like, Chris Paul, he's got a real slow release. He's not a good catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. They're happy to, like, help off of him and congest all that space. And now with him not out there and Monty Williams rolling with the shooters, Terrence Ross, I don't know. He's been in a hyperbaric chamber in Germany drinking Go-Gurt mixed with fucking stem cells. This guy is back, splashing threes. Landry Shamet finally had a good playoff game. Hit like 6 threes. TJ
19 points.
Was pump faking people and getting to his floater in the paint. And it just seems like that domino of Chris Paul not being out there enabled everything to be so much more lively. Put the ball in the best player's hands more, let him be more of a creator, and just generally made them a lot more potent offensively.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, let's face it, bro. If Chris Paul can't shoot threes anymore, he's cooked. It's completely done. Like, you know, we love all the mid-range, blah-blah-blah bullshit, but if you can't space the floor anymore, if you're like a 6-foot Draymond Green, stop it. Get out of here. He might be out the league. I mean, he can still play make and do all that shit. But...
Well, I'm happy to see you've come around, Terry.
Well, I mean, like, he clearly he took another step down. Like, even from earlier in the season this year, like, he's clearly way worse than that. So
If you go back in the schedule, you'll notice after the second time he played Jose Alvarado this year.
But yeah, CP3 is pretty much cooked, man. You know, it's disappointing, but enough of that. Devin Booker is the new god. He is the best. He is playing like the best basketball player I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is better than anybody, bro. How tall is he? 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, 6'5". I mean, he's shooting 60% from the field and 50 from three. He's scoring
It's like
7 a game.
this shit is insane. And there's Kevin Durant and Nikola Jokic who are also like playing well. And Devin Booker's like, hold both of my beers, and I'm gonna fucking cook everyone here. Like, no one can guard him. This might be a problem for the Nuggets. I mean,
Might be. Their stars are going for 75 fucking points.
Hey, look.
You're like, these guys have to get to 60, 65 if the Nuggets have any chance of winning. They're like, how about 80? How about 83?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, it's just a different conversation than what we had when we were talking on Friday. But I had told you, I was like, calm down. You know, the Nuggets are great at home. They're fucking great. But I'm not about to be like, oh, this shit's over. It's 2-0. Got to see him in Phoenix. The bench showed up. And I always knew, like, TJ Warren and, like, Terrence Ross would have been the solution to the problem. Because they can fucking shoot. I don't know why Monty was trying to play defense. Like, you can't stop the Nuggets.
I tell you what, though, the Nuggets, you got to do more than just run everything through Jokic and Murray when they have all these scrubs on the floor. Like, if they're going to play Terrence Ross and Landry Shamet and TJ Warren, who hasn't even played in a regular season since the fucking bubble, like...
Yeah, it's been a while.
Michael Porter Jr., they're paying your ass $30 million a year. And you
got he's getting paid.
Landry Shamet in front of you, or the ghost of Terrence Ross, and your solution is to go 3 for 4 from the field and take a bunch of step back threes. Like, if they're gonna
man.
3 terrible defenders, and keep in mind they are all terrible defenders.
They're bad. Everybody.
It cannot just be Jokic posting up Jock Lawndale when they have all these other fucking scrubs out there. You gotta diversify the offense and at least, like, get them into foul trouble. And that's not just Terrence Ross. That's not just Landry Shamet. That's a solution for Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Because, like you said, no one's been able to guard Devin Booker this entire series. Kevin Durant, they've guarded him just about as well as you can, and the motherfucker's still shooting like 45%, scoring 30 points.
47%. They're playing really good D on him. Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, Booker is just his ball handling is too good. They can't guard him. They just can't guard him.
So the way to guard him is you got to get him in foul trouble. You've got to hunt them nonstop on the other end. Run Book through a billion.
Dude.
Post Kevin Durant up 10 times in a row. I don't give a fuck if you get 1 bucket out of it. He's got to get 3 fouls out of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's
so who
best players, because you clearly have nobody who can check them straight up.
So who is Booker guarding though? Like, mainly. Is it Murray or is it one of the wing guys?
Bruce Brown for the most part. Or
yeah, it's not gonna work. It's hard, bro. Like, they've been playing through Jokic for 4 years.
That shit
you can't just
fucking hard. Hey, I'll tell you what, Jamal Murray. Instead of calling Jokic up for a screen, call another guard up for a screen. Get Kentavious Caldwell-Pope up there. Force the switch. Now you're going against
he's not there.
Booker. Like,
they're not LeBron. They don't got the IQ, dog. It's up to Mike Malone to do that type of shit. But all I'm saying is, like, you can't expect them to pretty much just play through Jokic for 4 years. And I know Bruce Brown's new, and some of the other players are kind of new. But, like, you can't expect them to just run around and do cuts, and then all of a sudden be like, all right, guys, for these next couple of possessions, I need you to get Devin Booker in foul trouble. I need you guys to do something that we haven't done all fucking year, and it's playoff time, and the intensity is way too high. It's not going to fucking happen. You know, no disrespect, but those motherfuckers ain't got it. Bruce Brown ain't got the dribbling. Jeff Green ain't got that shit.
No, I'm not
fucking
Bruce Brown to do it. I'm asking you to bring Bruce Brown's man up so that they switch.
For Jamal Murray?
For Jamal Murray. Michael Porter.
Good luck.
Michael Porter.
I mean, that.
Bro. Yeah,
he can't dribble.
You don't have.
He's Klay Thompson.
Catch the ball in the nail, face up against a much smaller defender, shoot over him like you're standing on a chair, or take 2 dribbles and spin move.
With all due respect, he can't post up. he weighs like 210 pounds. Like I feel like Devin Booker and him weigh the same weight. He can't even get in position to fight. Like he just gets pushed off into the 3-point. That's why he just shoots threes now. He's just like, fuck it, I'm getting pushed out to the 3. Might as well start shooting them.
My point. And it's not just Booker. Like, he can eat against Shamit. Easy. He should be able
He can.
Terrence Ross. Like, you don't even need to post up to take Landry Shamit off the dribble. Come on, Michael Porter Jr. I need
He's
more.
Just not.
After that,
I mean,
Kevin Durant, I was like, oh, he's going to flip the switch. He's ready. He's going at his idol. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to go toe-to-toe with the guy who he bases game on. Nope. I'll just take a bunch of fucking step-back threes on smaller defenders.
I guess that's the next adjustment, but I don't know if they're going to do it, bro. Jamal Murray's the only dude that can do anything. Porter's just a shooter, dude. He can't do this other shit. Like, I've seen him do it in spurts, but he's just not doing it. They're not giving him the ball enough. He was already complaining about it his rookie year.
I mean,
you think he's going to...
took 15 shots last game. Terry made 4 of
Yeah,
them.
he doesn't dribble. He just catches it. He's like, oh, got it. How do you get anyone in foul trouble when you do that? It's fucking clear when you're watching the Warriors, they don't get anyone in foul trouble. They don't take any fucking free throws. You got to do something else besides just shoot.
Yeah, he's got a diverse
Hey, bro.
It's a game. And it's not just him. Aaron Gordon.
He can't.
Aaron Gordon, you can dribble. You can post up. You can bully all these guys. Where the fuck are you, Aaron Gordon? Oh, he's running the second unit because you guys don't have a fucking center because you never figured out your bench rotation. And now he's only playing 15 minutes a game with Jokic because he's out there captain of the second unit. What the fuck?
This is what...
Mike Malone?
No, this is what y'all fucking wanted for the past 3 fucking seasons, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Jokic. His plus is 157,000. His minus is fucking negative 1 million because they fucking suck. And you expect other people to do shit they're not going to do. Jokic scored 53. He's doing his part. All you need is Murray to be consistent. Everybody else, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. You can ask Aaron Gordon to do shit. He's inconsistent. He's been like that since his rookie year. Jeff Green, same shit. Bruce Brown can't do anything except for fucking hustle. These dudes it's got to be Jamal Murray and Jokic. And if Murray's not going to score like 40 or 38 or 37, they're going to lose every single game. Now at home, they seem to be fine.
If you're going like your top 2 against their top 2, and those are the only people who score in this series,
they're losing.
Yeah,
they're going
to fucking lose. Straight up. Like, you've got to find another person. I think
hey, man.
Porter Jr. But you know what? Aaron Gordon, you're a big, strong dude who's eaten mismatches up all season. He's eaten mismatches up, put them underneath the basket, and dunked on them. I got to see more of that guy.
It's up to Jokic then to give it to him. Put him in the spots, right?
What, 12 assists along with his 50?
Well, I'm saying he's got to start doing the LeBron shit though. Like his numbers are looking like LeBron, but you got to take another step. He's probably the best player, right? But there's another step where it's like, look, man, these dudes are cooking us. Let's get a switch. I'm gonna throw it into you in the post. You get a fucking bucket. But instead, he's just doing the whole Mike Malone. Don't do the European shit. Be American for once in your life and tell these motherfuckers what to do and where to go.
I'll tell you what.
You got to dictate the game.
I do like that he took 30 shots. I do like that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. But this is indicative, and people like to foo-foo and like say the regular season ain't shit. I told you about their fucking road record. They're horrible on the road. For a number 1 seed, that's a pretty bad road record. I think they were under 500 or maybe at 500. That's not good.
Not good.
Yeah, it's not good for a team that's has championship aspirations. Like they have to be better on the road. Now, I mean, it could work for them where every single home team just wins every game and they can just win game 7 at home and it's whatever. But I think there's got to be some sort of recipe for you to separate yourself because you can't do this shit against the Lakers, right? Even if the Warriors make it out, you can't do it against either one of those fucking teams. They're gonna kill you. Mm-hmm. They will fucking punish you if you're just fucking. I'm great at home and I'm horrible away. They're gonna figure it out and they're gonna beat you by a couple points at home and fuck your whole series up. You got to figure out a way to play better on the road.
I think
that's all I'm saying.
Pretty simple. I think it's pretty simple. You got
we'll see
the offensive attack, and you have got to put a spotlight on not Jock Londale, who they're happy to let take fucking 6 fouls out there.
Yeah.
But you've got to attack the offensive threats. Kevin Durant.
You're right.
Devin Booker. And You cannot let Terrence Ross play 20 minutes in a playoff game. You've got to play his ass off the floor in like 6 minutes. He's got to look like Jordan Poole out there, where Steve Kerr's like, I can't fucking do this anymore. You got to sit down. You have to.
Yeah.
Terrence Ross has not been good for 6 seasons. The last time he was good was when the Magic were playing the Raptors in the first round of the playoffs.
A while
when
ago. But
Amir Nelson was their point guard. All right? You can't do it.
it's the next step. Who's more likely to do it, Gordon or Porter? I think Porter's not smart enough.
Gordon. I agree. I think it's probably
Yeah.
But
no disrespect to you, Michael.
They gotta stop that staggered bullshit with him just running the bench units and not being out there with Jokic. Put Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic and lose the bench minutes because you're gonna lose them anyway.
That's Mike Malone for you.
Yeah, still hasn't figured out his fucking rotation in the second round of playoffs.
Is he gonna get fired like Bud? Did we talk about Bud?
I think
Yeah, we talked about Bud.
I'm sick of his shit, dude. The Boogie experience, him pounding the table to get DeAndre Jordan, trading for Thomas Bryant, who's an elite pick and roll center, and then refusing to run pick and roll ever. He still hasn't got a fucking look in the playoffs. I don't know. You could just put him in and run pick and roll with the second unit. But no, we won't do that. We'll take Christian Brown out of the rotation for half the season and then put him in right before the playoffs. And now he's like their man. Like, and then the hockey shifts where it's like all 5 off, all 5 on. This is not fucking middle school basketball. Like, you cannot do this shit and expect to beat the best teams. I know they're playing against Monty Williams, who isn't exactly a fountain of innovation himself, but the higher and higher you go, that shit costs more and more and more.
Hey, look, Monty's not a genius, but he figured out we can't stop the Nuggets, so we're just going to fucking outscore them. He figured that out after game 2. So, I mean, Mike Malone, you got to make the next adjustment. You got to do it. You can't just keep doing the same shit you always do, man, or you're going to get your ass fired because you got one of the best players in NBA history on your fucking team right now, and you cannot waste these opportunities. We can't give Jokic any shit. Dude's fucking doing his thing. Honestly, you looking at him now, we're like, Embiid, we don't even know what the fuck you deserve, but I don't want to have that conversation. I'm just saying. Dude's balling. He's doing his shit. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I think we should have that conversation, though, Terry. Have that
After the playoffs.
Because while Jokic was putting up 50 points, Joel Embiid was getting dominated by Al Horford.
Oof. He's hurt, right?
Let's leave and come back for that one. So, yeah, while Jokic was putting up a 50-piece a la Giannis at Chick-fil-A, Joel Embiid was putting up a 15-piece as he got dominated by Al Horford. Fortunately for him, James Harden decided to play the best playoff game of his fucking career as he hit big shot after big shot to send them into overtime and then later to win the game.
Bro, I never in a million years would have saw this coming from James Harden.
Right.
Like, he has played so bad for so long in playoffs. Embiid needs to give him half of his fucking trophy for the MVP. He needs to give him money. He needs to do something. Shout out to Doc for letting James Harden go to Vegas. I don't know what happened, but this dude is fucking balling. I mean, of course, there's 2 other games where he played like ass, but the 45-piece in game 1 to get that steal, give Embiid extra rest, and then coming back in game 4 and getting this clutch-ass win. It's unbelievable, man. I got to give him his credit. You know, he's pretty much doing it not totally alone, but a lot of the times it's just
Tobias
him.
Harris stepped up in a big way. You know,
He did.
Getting those offensive rebounds and out hustling Marcus Smart to a loose ball that Marcus Smart wins 90% of the time.
What? Out hustling Mr. Hustle himself?
Right, impossible. Not the back-to-back winner of the Hustle Award.
Comical, dude. Yeah.
Out there hustling. He held Embiid to 31% field in game 4. And in the fourth quarter and overtime, he held Embiid to 14%.
Yep. Huge. So I've been out on my boy Embiid for a little bit. After the 0-point game, I was done with him. That was years ago. I came back. He started balling. But then he skipped out of the Jokic game, so I'm out again. I don't give a fuck about him. he constantly lets me down, especially in the playoffs. So, what's your sentiment on your boy? How do you feel he's performing? I know he's coming off the injury. Everybody's fucking hurt around this time, so I'm not really
That
trying to hear that.
sequence where he tried to post up Al Horford, got stonewalled, got his shot blocked, and then Al Horford pump faked to the corner, and he ran out there like his house was on fire, and he had came out the front door, and then Al Horford dribbled right down Main Street and punched it. I was like, this is shameful. You call yourself an MVP, and you're letting the second oldest player in the league, a Dominican with a receding hairline, dominate you like this? They're having an MVP chance at the free throw line, but it wasn't for Embiid. Yeah. It was for Harden.
Hey, Harden, man, killing
MVP it. MVP winner.
So, what's the problem with Embiid, though? So he scored 34. You know, cool. Of course, his counting numbers are going to look great, but the shooting percentage is crazy for a fucking dominating center to shoot under fucking 50%. Like, what? I don't understand this dude sometimes, bro. Like, you're the strongest, most dominant dude on the court. Like, dominate. And they're playing him one-on-one. It's fucking Al Horford. He's like 37.
When Embiid struggles, he tries to do harder and harder shit and moves further and further away from the basket, which is the opposite of what he should be doing. When the game isn't coming to you, rely on your physical gifts. Be like, okay, my touch and my handles are off right now, but you know what? Al Horford is 6'9", 6'8" without shoes. Okay? He's a decade older than me. I outweigh him by 50 pounds. I'm just going to beat this man up and get every fucking rebound. I'm going to put it right back up after I get it. But no, he steps farther and farther away from the nail. Before you know it, he's going between his legs twice like he's Kobe with his foot on the three-point line. That's not the solution, dude.
Yeah, it's just the sloppiness, bro. That's the shit that kills me, bro. I fucking cannot stand like fourth quarter turnovers and shit. I don't know exactly where he is, but I'm sure he's high on the list for the last 5 years.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you know that you're not in fucking shape, all right, you know you're not in shape. You're coming off injury. You know you got to get your in shapeness back to at least the shittiest of what it was, or whatever the fuck it was. It wasn't great to begin with, and now it's probably way worse. Stop tiring yourself out by doing stupid shit. Like, stop trying to be out on the fucking perimeter, having to do all these fucking dribble moves and shit. Just chill. Throw a pick. Chill the fuck out for a couple possessions, man. Steal some points. You're great. See if you can steal some points. Get lazy. Get a fucking offensive rebound, maybe. Do something different. You can't just continue to do the same shit. Be fucking exhausted every time in the fourth and not give your team anything. Like nothing. You weren't doing Al Horford, 14% shooting, dude.
He dominated Embiid on both ends for the entire fourth quarter and overtime.
I mean, goddamn. Embiid and Giannis making this dude look like a fucking MVP type player.
But you know what? It's all IQ. It's all anticipation. All knowing what your assignment is and like baiting him into taking the shots that you want him to take. Like, for all of the talk about how Joel Embiid has improved his game and his efficiency and everything like that, like the mental side of the game that Al Horford has mastered, he's still learning. And he made a great kick-out pass to James Harden to win the game. But like you mentioned, there were also a litany of turnovers, at ill-opportune times.
Yeah. And that was more on Jaylen Brown, honestly. He shouldn't have doubled. He should have just let him fucking not make a shot.
Wait a minute. They were already doubled. He tripled.
It was stupid. It was really stupid. I mean, look, bro, like, he was shooting 14%. Just guard him one-on-one. If he makes it, he makes it. You still got hella time left to get another shot off. Oh, wait. No, you didn't. I guess it wasn't enough time left to get a fucking shot off in regulation. Shout out to Marcus Smart, bro.
Shout out to, Jason Tatum for passing the ball with 1.2 seconds left on the shot clock on a cross-court pass.
He's starting to piss me off, bro. I don't even know if I like him. I don't even know if he's like... He's got top 5 talent, but sometimes I'm like, is he even top 10 the way he fucking plays? Like, I understand yesterday or, Monday, Sunday,
Larry,
whenever they play.
Imagine what this guy's thinking right now.
He left him on red. That's what the fuck he did. Anyways, yeah, bro. I mean, look, he got 18 rebounds. You know, he contributed in other ways, but I'm not looking for you to get fucking 18 boards, dog. You're supposed to be the consistent 30-point a game scorer in the fucking playoffs, man. You are a fucking first team All NBA.
MVP,
You're a fucking third. Yeah.
MVP voting or fourth,
Like,
fifth,
yeah. He was fourth.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Like, come on. You got to play better than this. There should never be an instance where I'm like, hey, man, I think Jaylen Brown should get these sequences. This guy, Tatum, he just doesn't have it. You got to be aggressive.
I'll tell you what,
like,
it's not just Tatum who has to be aggressive. Jaylen Brown, you got to be more aggressive, too. Like, he had 12 points in the first quarter. He had 7 shots. In fourth quarter and overtime combined, he took 3 shots. 3 in the fourth quarter, no shots in overtime.
Is that on Mazzulla or Brown?
It's on Brown. It's not the only time this has happened this series. Remember,
it happens a lot.
Game 1, he had 14 points in the fourth quarter on 7 shots. He took
first quarter or fourth?
First quarter in game 1.
Oh, first quarter.
Yeah. 7 shots, 14 points in the first quarter. He took 3 shots the rest of the game and made just one of them. Like,
it's
we've
crazy,
seen
man.
over and over and over again with Jaylen Brown. And he even said after the game, I guess I got to demand the ball a little bit more. Yeah. How about Marcus Smart? You don't need to take the same amount of shots as me. Like, I'm an all-NBA player.
That's the problem. Marcus Smart, that's the problem, bro. He just thinks he's on their level when he's clearly fucking not. And I remember, because we listen to Bill Simmons all the fucking time, and he said he got that stat from like Boston something basketball.com or whatever the fuck, where it's like Marcus Smart has like 15 shots in the clutch, like in the last 20 seconds or less in the last couple of years for the Celtics, and Brown and Tatum combined for like 12. And you're just like, bro, like, if I'm the coach, I'm like, all right, I like Marcus Smart. You do a lot of great things, but I'm not even going to have you on the court to fuck this up. And Tatum and Brown, at this point, I don't even know if you guys are fucking number one options. Like, you guys got the number one talent, but you don't want the fucking ball. It's clear that they don't want to shoot it. Like, Tatum passing it with 1.2 seconds. You don't want the fucking moment, dog. You don't want it. If you don't want it, you're not going to win. And if Mazzulla's not going to get it out of him, if no one on the team can do it, it's done.
Wait a minute. Are we still talking about the Celtics series or the Knicks?
The Celtics, they're my finals pick, and these motherfuckers. I mean, I think they're still going to beat the Sixers, but it's concerning. It's concerning as hell.
I give Doc his flowers because I've been very critical of him and his rotation, everything like that. He played Tobias Harris more at the 4. He played another shooter. It opened up the court. And he saved PJ Tucker for the high leverage moments. He wasn't out there for 45 minutes doing nothing on offense. He played in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. And he got a gigantic offensive rebound and a putback for an and one. I love that play where he started out of bounds and then boxed out 2 people from out of bounds baseline to get the rebound. Like, that's my kind of basketball right there. I love having a big moment. And I'm happy to see that Doc Rivers, like, what we're talking about with Marcus Smart is, like, what you do is valuable, but not for 48 minutes in a playoff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Doc hit the balance a lot better in this game. And really, like, everybody was pitched to – they were out there to do what they were supposed to do for as long as they were supposed to do it. And even though the Sixers didn't have, like, the greatest offensive game, I think him adjusting that was enough to give him that puncher's chance at the end. And PJ Tucker proved him right with that 3-point play.
Yeah. I just think the Celtics, you can't lose.
Yeah.
To this fucking Sixers team,
especially
bro.
You're up 6 with 2.5 minutes left to go.
Like, McDaniels didn't play in the whole fucking game. And it was pretty much just Yang and Melton off the bench. Reed played 6 minutes. Like, it was just the starters. And, like, Melton played 25 minutes. And, you know, Niang got some clutch shots.
He had some corner threes that he made sure to get up in his 6 minutes that he was.
Yeah. Not for sure. But it's just like, this team is not talented enough to beat the Celtics. What the fuck is going on over there in Boston?
Joe Mazzulla.
He just ain't got it. He's 33. What the fuck are the Celtics thinking about hiring him? He's a 33-year-old man.
You put him on your Coach of the Year ballot. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
Yeah, because what our coach cheated on someone in the office, got kicked the fuck out like during training camp, dog.
And I'll tell you the other thing. Besides Joe Mazzulla, where is Robert Williams?
Sucking. He just sucks. He sucks
This
right
dude
now.
was defensive player of the year last year. Like, he's playing 10, 12 minutes a game in this series right now.
He was a candidate, you mean?
I mean, I voted him. Like,
Oh, you
I
wow.
thought that he was the defensive player of the year that year. Marcus Smart won it. I was like, Robert Williams is the best defender on his team, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that guy is gone. Like, he was supposed to be the answer to Embiid. The answer's been Al Horford. Robert Williams has been invisible.
That's true. Hey, and also when I told you, I'm not sure if Tatum and Brown are really good defenders, and Harden doesn't give a fuck about him. He looks at him in the eyes and like, you don't got it. It's happening right before our eyes.
They try to get cute too with Harden. They're like, oh, he doesn't want to drive to the cup anymore. He hasn't had a dunk since October. They're like, let's make him into a driver. Let's force him downhill. We'll keep the shot blocker right there, but we'll move the other guy out of the corner to come help. And James Harden is like,
it's fucking stupid.
This guy ain't getting from the corner fast enough. I'm getting right here to this block all day.
Yeah.
But you know, I got to give him credit because, like, the narrative of his whole career is like layups, free throws, threes, nothing else. And two of the biggest shots he hit all game, step back two, right at the foul line, mid-range, and a floater to send the OT from the mid-range.
I mean, look, as bad as sometimes he plays in the playoffs, he is still one of the best scorers in NBA history. Like, the dude, sometimes it just automatically is fucking just mechanics. He's just, oh shit, and it's wet. Like, I get sometimes in the pressure moments, you know, he's a little tight, but it's going to turn on sometimes. And it's turned on in 2 straight games. Not 2 straight, but like 2 games in this series. And if you allow him to get another one and let Embiid cook for one.
Don't let him get his confidence all the way. Oh,
say goodnight. Oh, if you let him fucking turn it. Oh,
because we haven't had a game yet that Embiid and Harden both played well.
Brother, let me tell you something right now. In history, James Harden is better than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
James Harden is a better player.
Not in the history of the playoffs.
No, I know that, but like his best game, no disrespect. I know Tatum's in his prime and shit. Harden at his peak, right? Like at his peak is better than Tatum and Brown. Because Tatum and Brown aren't aggressive enough to go get the fucking buckets when they need to get it. Harden, if he's aggressive, you cannot fucking stop him. No one can stop that motherfucker when he's on. Clearly.
To your point, Terry, my biggest question about this series is if this goes south for Boston, have we seen the end of Jaylen Brown in white and green?
Jaylen Brown. Maybe.
Eligible for a Supermax if he makes
NBA.
I think that's they keep him.
Probably,
after he was like, you guys, I brought you to the finals. I was the best player in the finals. And then you try to trade me for Kevin Durant and you don't even deny the shit. And then the next year, I'm watching Marcus Smart take more shots than me. I can't get a shot in the fourth quarter or overtime in a fucking must-win game that we're up 6 with 2.5 minutes left to go.
Hey,
like
half of that is
on
him.
I'm coming home. Coming home.
Put your non-biased glasses on though. Do you actually think he's leaving?
Yeah. If this doesn't work, I do think
if they lose this
to Atlanta. But I think he's done with Boston's bullshit. And they'll probably put it all on him if they lose.
Nah, I don't see that. He's playing fantastic. Isn't he shooting like 55% from the field?
Yeah, when he shoots.
That's not look, they're not even sometimes though they're not drawing plays for him. Straight up. But of course he needs to just get it and be like, fuck this play, I'm gonna run my own shit and try to get a bucket and maybe go to the free throw line.
Goes, get me the fuck up out of here. Let me go to Denver. Let me go to Atlanta. Man. Let me go to fucking Dallas. Let me go somewhere I can get some shots up and be part of this offense and not a periphery figure watching Marcus Smart.
So is the Tatum Brown era a failure?
If they don't make it, it's not a failure because they'll get
I don't
everything,
think
and they were both young. I wouldn't call it a failure, but I do think if they don't get past the Sixers, this will be the end of that partnership. I do believe that.
It might be. I'm just like being a Knicks fan gives me great clarity on like on teams where they're just like, this isn't working. It's like you guys went to the finals. You went to the Eastern Conference Finals multiple times. You make the playoffs all the time with ease. Like, it's working. Calm the fuck down. You need other pieces around it.
But you still have this feeling that, like, the two stars are not amplifying each other, but are, like, eating food off of each other's plate, is the feeling that you get.
I see it, but at the same time, it's fucking basketball, man. It's only one basketball can go into one hoop. All right? That's it. You know, there's only but so much we can do to complement our games. We're both fucking wings. You know, you provide spacing for me, I can get a bucket. You provide space for me, I can get a bucket. There's not much else they can do to help each other out. I think it's working, and if he fucking leaves,
Bro, it's just basketball.
it's a mistake.
There's a ton more they can do to help each other out.
But if Brown
looking
leaves,
at the game through the prism of scores. Like, if Jason Tatum was, like, matchup dependent, like, I'm just going to whip this, because he plays 4 a lot, right?
yeah.
How many 4s in the league are as athletic as Jason Tatum?
Nobody.
So it's like, you don't even need to do all this step back jumper 3-point bullshit. Like, some nights, you could just be like, I'm way more athletic than this guy in front of me, and I'm going to grind him into a fucking dust with my athleticism. Like Jaylen Brown. There are some nights you're 3 inches taller than the guard who's guarding you and way, way stronger. And your solution is to take a bunch of mid-range jumpers. And so now the whole thing is like, your turn, my turn. I take a 3, you take a mid-range. I'll take a drive, I'll kick it open to you. You got to be more intentional about how you're attacking things and have, like, a view of the dominoes that are about to fall as a result of, like, what you're doing. And if they can reach that point, it's like, now if I'm anticipating what the next moves are going to be from Jason Tatum abusing his matchup athletically at the 4, now I can put myself in a position to capitalize off of those other dominoes that fall. And look like they have any type of, like, conception of anything past the first layer. They're both so talented as scorers. They're like, we can get a bucket whenever we want. I'll get a bucket on you. I'll get a bucket on you, on a guy who's smaller than me, on a guy who's bigger than me, on a guy who's playing my position. Doesn't matter. I can shoot it. I can go to the rim. I can go to mid-range. And it's like if you ever play 2K with too many good players on one team, and you're like, I don't even know how to fucking play with this team. Like, give 8 shots to Antoine Jameson in the third quarter. They need a more defined structure where they know, like, they have intention about how they're attacking, and then the second wave beyond that, how they attack those adjustments. There's a lot more you guys could do for each other if you figured that part out and stop just thinking of yourselves as the 2 premier isolation scorers who exist on the same team.
I 100% agree with you, but it's one band, one sound. If they separate, it'd be a huge mistake.
That's what that.
It'd be a huge mistake if they separate. I just don't think individually they don't add anything to any other team as much as they add to this team. Straight up, I just don't think so. Like, don't be quick to leave just because if you get bounced in a second.
Jalen Brunson for Jaylen Brown, straight up.
No, we need a fucking point guard. I'm not about to just take Jaylen Brown, who can't fucking pass and barely knows how to dribble, and just shoots a bunch of middies.
Sounds like a perfect Nick to me.
Nah, I'm good. Just don't. I'm just saying, you guys make the playoffs all the time, but it's between them. If it's some personal shit going on, if you hate Marcus Smart, cool. I just don't see where the fuck is Jaylen Brown going to go, and you're like, that's an automatic championship team. He's expensive as shit. He's hella expensive.
He's pretty damn good in Denver.
Yeah, I don't see a championship if he goes to Denver, bro, to be honest with you. I don't see it.
Okay.
Not the way he plays. He plays like a dumbass.
Replace Michael Porter Jr. with Jaylen Brown. I think they'd be very happy.
I just feel like they need to figure out the Rob Williams thing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
it's not Brown and Tatum's fault. It's definitely Smart, and Rob is playing bad, but it's mostly Smart.
Yeah.
Stop playing him so fucking much. How many minutes did he play yesterday? Or whenever the fuck they played?
I don't know. Too many. Derek White.
42 minutes. He played fucking 42 minutes like he's Kobe or some shit.
Malcolm Brogdon play.
36.
And Derek White?
I think Derek White got the short end on this game. How many did he get? 31.
Heavy 3-guard lineups, huh?
Yeah, but he 42 for Smart, bro. Come on,
man. It's the same PJ Tucker conversation we had before. You know, it's too much. There's a place for Marcus Smart. It's not for 40-plus minutes a game, man. It's just not.
No, not for this team, not for any
Right.
team.
Just like the Knicks discovered with Emmanuel Quickly.
Tooted and booted.
Yes, sir. Let's go on over to New York. Blood in the Garden is what we were promised from this Miami Heat New York Knicks series. First time since they matched up as a 1 and 8 seed in the 90s. It's kind of disappointing, Terry. The Miami Heat took a 3-1 lead last night. Your New York Knicks look soft, look timid, and they look like the Miami Heat stole their identity as the Heat beat them up on the boards, beat them up to loose balls, punished them with second chance points. Terry, you're a Knicks fan. Where do you want to start?
Oof, man. I'm blue. If I were green, I'd die. Dude, they just can't fucking shoot. That's the main fucking problem. And I understand each team, it seems like the rebounds is like the main thing, but it's more than that. Because, you know, everybody shoots a bunch of threes and shit, so it's not the same rebounds of what like people are just used to. It's like, oh, it's a rebound around the basket and we can just get it. We're like so focused on trying to rebound it there that we forget that the fucking ball can bounce 20 feet off the fucking rim and get long rebounds. All fucking game, and especially in the fourth. I'm just like, oh my God, bro, you gotta be smarter than this. Like, how can y'all be that bad at rebounding? Not Mitchell Robinson, not Hartenstein.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Lowry is boxing people out into the 3-point line.
And that's the thing, is them. And his heart, too. Like, stop trying to grab 50 rebounds a game. Like, sometimes, if your fucking teammate is beside you, let him grab the fucking rebound. Somebody's trying to get every single goddamn board and causing fucking commotion, man. Chill. It's just crazy.
Maybe just be willing to take an open three when it comes.
He can't shoot. He can't shoot. It's whatever.
My prediction has finally come true. The guy who
he won us.
Finally come back.
Nah.
He injected him with the re-up, the special juice, COVID booster. It was working for a couple of months.
A couple months, I'll take a couple months. But he won us game 2, so I'm not gonna say that. It's mostly Randall though. It's mostly Randall.
I was waiting, licking my
Big Randy.
barbecue sauce on him.
Too many threes, Big Randy.
Too many.
Keep driving.
6 fouls, 6 turnovers.
That last foul though was bullshit. That last foul was such a fucking flop from Matt Strus. And he stopped, like Randall stopped, and then Strus was like, "Oh." Because Randall's such a fucking bowling ball, the refs are like, oh, he probably bowled him over. Get him the fuck out of here.
Train Randall once again.
God damn. We gotta do some post-ups, Randy. You're not mellow, my guy. Stop trying to fucking drive and shoot threes. Post him up, Tibbs.
He had 20.
Post him up.
It was the worst 20-point game I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, his playoff numbers are insane. He's so bad in the playoffs. It's fucking crazy because he's only played in the playoffs with the Knicks and he's played absolutely horribly. But besides the point, I mean, he sucks. The Heat have finally realized that Mitchell Robinson can shoot 40% from the free throw line, and somehow.
Want to talk about Mitchell Robinson?
You could talk about that fucking Muppet if you want to. Go ahead.
Led the league in offensive rebounding. He put up 6 points and 7 rebounds in 33 minutes in game.
Yeah.
And allowed the Heat to get 9 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter.
That's not all on him. It's not all on him.
As the premier rebounder in the league and the guy who led the league in offensive rebounding, playing against a team that has struggled with rebounding like an Achilles heel, who let Clint Capella and Onyeka Okongwu dominate them in the play-in game by plus 35 on the boards.
You guys played differently.
This has been the identity of your team all year, Terry.
But the Heat played differently than...
You got more second chance points than any team in the league during the regular season by
a
gigantic margin. You led the league in offensive rebounding by a gigantic margin. And they came into your house and they stole your identity and they did the shit that you do back to you.
I mean, their guards are better rebounders than
Hey,
us.
ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh?
Their guards are better rebounders than us, bro. Like you said it. Jimmy Butler does 10 times of more better things.
Everything.
I don't even know. Like, everything that Josh Hart does, Jimmy Butler does it 20 times better.
Yep.
Kyle Lowry's a better rebounder than fucking Jalen Brunson. The ball is just not bouncing around the rim like that. That's literally it. The Heat are like, fuck all this, long twos and trying to get layups all the fucking time. We're going to be shooting threes, and if they bounce off, we're going to keep shooting them. And keep fucking shooting them. Take Mitchell Robinson out the game. Fuck Julius Randle. They just aren't even near the fucking ball. In Game 4 especially, the ball just was not even near any of them ever. Like, the bounces just didn't get anywhere close to them. So it's like, it's hard to blame them, but like, you always look at the tall dude and you're like, why can't you get the fucking rebounds? I'm watching the game, the ball's not even going near him on these misses.
It's not just Mitchell Robinson, like you said. You guys have big, good rebounding wings. Josh Hart,
Yeah, but
premier rebounder.
Josh Hart's played like a
Art
dipshit.
Barrett is gigantic for a two guard. Julius Randle is a Goliath of a human being who has been a good rebounder his whole career.
Yeah.
Grimes is fucking big. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're Trae Young and Jordan Poole out there and you got no chance of getting these rebounds. You got the horses, but in the words of Julius Randle, maybe they want it more than us.
No, it's dead ass. Like, in multiple possessions, I just saw the ball just bounce right to a Heat guy, or like 4 Knicks were around the ball and they were like, "Oh, I got it," and then it just went to another fucking Heat guy.
Kyle Lowry dove on the ground and got a loose ball while 4 Knicks looked at him.
Big Kyle.
There was a goddamn Star Wars marathon playing.
Big Kyle. They took our heart. It's done. And the shooting just never got back to our average.
And Jimmy Butler hasn't even gone off yet. The motherfucker's been hobbled all series. He's never took more than
He's
2
chilling.
shots. He's in first gear.
We can't make 10 threes in a game, man.
This was your best chance to make the conference finals in 20 years. And you had
Hey.
fucking laid out for you like a cakewalk against a fraudulent 8 seed. They couldn't beat the Hawks.
It's not fraudulent, man. They're a good team. But
Stop it.
did Evan Fournier die or what?
I'm sure
I feel like
Thibodeau hopes so they can get that money back.
I mean, we could use some spacing. Could we just use a little bit of spacing? I mean, these dudes are just bricking
What
threes.
the fuck happened to Emmanuel Quickly, Terry? Mr.
He's hurt.
6th man of the year. Oh, is he? Is that what happened?
He sprained his ankle. Yeah, he wasn't playing well before, but he sprained his ankle. So there goes shooting for him. Nobody can shoot.
You guys are fucking invisible. Everybody on the team but Jalen Brunson can't buy a bucket. At least
Yeah, they're
Garrett is being aggressive. Like,
yeah, but once after game 1, when they kind of figured out, the Knicks can't shoot for shit, and then I saw in that soundbite, Spoelstra was like, "Hey, I think you guys forgot the identity of what this team is. They drive the ball, go to the paint, and that's it. They're tough. They can't make threes." Since then, they've played a zone that completely fucked us, and they've collapsed the paint, and we can't make threes. We can't hit any threes. I don't think we've shot over 35% from 3 in any of these games. I don't think we've made more than 9 threes in a game. If you're not going to make 9 threes in this NBA, you're never going to win.
oh, fuck no. Yeah, you're 100% right.
It's done.
And I want to just get a shirt that just says, "Coaching Matters" on it. Just a shout out to Spo. Like,
It
what he's
does.
done this series, running fucking circles around Tom Thibodeau. There should be no question left in anyone's mind. Spoelstra is the best coach in the league. And we need to stop giving coach of the year to whoever took a shit team and won 10 more games with them. And we need to get this man a goddamn coach of the year before he retires.
Didn't he get it last year?
No, he's never won it.
He didn't get it when they were a 1 seed?
No.
The fuck? That's insane. Yeah, I don't know. We can't shoot, man. Shit's done. I thought it would just go back to the mean, but it never did. Only game 2, that's it. And we barely won that game with no Jimmy Butler.
Right.
And the Heat played a zone for the majority of that game. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you can make wide the puck open threes, but God forbid there's someone around you, with a slight hand in your face. Obi Toppin disappeared in this game.
He's been the only guy who could shoot this whole series. Him and Joe.
He fucking airballed a 3 long
Yeah.
yesterday, bro.
He's been watching,
turned off the game.
watching Kobe tape.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
What? He had the most
Nah.
iconic long ball three of all time. I
Man.
love the beat.
It's a rough watch, man. It's a rough watch from watching like these great players and these great teams, and just watching the Knicks versus the Heat is rough. It's the worst playoff series of all four.
I hope
This is rough.
you understand how far away you actually are from winning a championship, and that you will stop getting swept up in all this regular season bullshit where you guys play harder than the other teams for 65 games. And then
Legitimately, though, JB Bickerstaff needs to get fired. But the Cavs had a good. 4 of those guys are good. It ain't our fault that they look like a good team versus good teams all year, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh yeah, we can't rebound. Mitchell Robinson, you're Wilt fucking Chamberlain. Here you go. And you don't foul this dude because he cannot. He's got the worst fucking free throw form. Like, the arc of the ball, it never looks like it's going to go. Every time he shoots.
First of all, it never looks the same. From shot to
It's horrible.
He tries out a different form every time. Like,
I mean, I think Dennis Rodman definitely had a bad one, and Chuck Hayes. But I think Mitchell's third. Ben Wallace's was bad too, but Mitchell Robinson's form is fucking garbage. Every time he's at the line, I'm like, he won't make one.
nothing
You will
compares to that 2K Shaq free throw animation. The old one. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man. I don't know. You got anything else to say? I got nothing else to say.
This series is over. Are we on the same page? There ain't no coming back.
When's the next game's in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
This is
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to count them out, but it's looking grim. If Randall gives you one good game, I can see them winning it. But besides,
if I were you guys, I'd be calling up the Sacramento Queens, being like, "Hey, we have this guy Julius Randle. I know Harrison Barnes there. He could stay on the floor, give you another option." Like,
no. If we can get Jaylen Brown, I'll take him. I'll take Brown. Come to New York.
I don't think they would let Julius Randle off the plane in Boston. I think Joe Mazzulla would eat him up coming off.
No. We don't need a trade. Isn't Brown going to be a free agent after this if he doesn't sign the contract?
Yeah, if he doesn't get the supermax, I think.
Or if they sign and trade
But
him?
I think
I don't.
restricted too. I think they can match. I'm not sure.
I don't know. We need a shooter. We need some fucking shooting badly. This is crazy. Because I think, like, defensively, I don't think it's too far-fetched. Like, we're playing decent defense. Miami's hitting their fucking threes, bro. Like, that's always going to be tough to guard. And Vincent and Strus and Duncan and Butler are just kind of making tough shots. Even Kevin Love. Like, they're making some concessions. It's not like we're playing bad defense. But offensively, it's just garbage.
Yeah, you got no dogs out there in New York anymore. You thought you had them, but they're actually in the background. They have left Madison Square Garden, and the dogs are residing in Terry's house.
Fuck me, brother.
All right, this is a perfect opportunity for us to take our last break and come back and discuss Lakers Warriors. Guys, we're back. And I wanted to take this time to give a special shout out to our fans. During our last episode, which you did not see because it got corrupted and I was unable to edit it into anything I could put on YouTube, we told you guys that Terry was getting suited and booted for the Kentucky Derby. He was going to be surrounded by white people, but not nervous at all.
What a weekend. A lot of blacks.
Really?
Yeah. Kentucky, you know black people love to show out and dress nice.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys liked mud, though. Not a lot of clean Air Force Ones at the joint. Bet you saw a lot of white... Dude, can we talk about this for a second before we get to your fit? What is up with this pandemic that's sweeping the nation?
What do you mean?
White people wearing busted-ass forces.
I don't know. The white busted forces are coming back for some reason. I don't know why.
Coming back? Coming back?
Hey.
When were they here in
It's
the
all about-
first place?
It's all about smart money, saving money, not being stupid.
That's
I
the
guess.
number one trick. Let me go to a thrift store and find a pair of fucking Air Force Ones from 2003 that are got more creases in their face than Robert Redford, and I'll just wear them around.
I don't know.
I was on,
That's not up
we
to
were
me.
on Cinco de Mayo at this festival, and there was a group of
Yeah.
8 white people who passed us, and they all were wearing matching, busted, all white forces.
That's hilarious. Beige? Were they
No,
beige?
they're just dirty. White people, get it together, okay? It's an epidemic,
Shit.
and I'm doing my part to solve it. But so is Terry, because he got sued and booted for the Kentucky Derby. We put up his photo on Instagram. We put it up on
Yep,
Facebook, and we asked you guys to rate his fit using only emojis or GIFs. This was the picture. Look at that
Blurred
handsome,
Blurred up.
strapping young man standing behind a completely natural rectangular field of ivy. Terry, we were overwhelmed by our submissions in the comments, so I can't read them all. But there were 2 that stood out to me for sure. And both of them were GIFs. The first one comes from Taylor Barrier Franks, who posted the GIF of Terry in the wheelchair, backing it up on 4th of July.
Back it up, Terry. Great GIF. Great fucking
It
GIF.
would have been better if you were twerking in the photo. The second submission came from our friend Jason Hale, who posted a unnamed Portland Trailblazers player brushing his shoulders off. Now, I'm inclined to give Jason more credit for this, but despite hours of research, I could not figure out who the fuck this guy is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
So we're going to give best comment up to Taylor. Shouts to you for supporting the pod, Taylor. We appreciate
Yeah, shout out
it.
Taylor.
Hey, free tickets to the Spectrum Center. We'll get you one.
One
Hornets, they're selling for $8. We can give away to the fans.
day. $8? I thought it was $1 to fucking Burger King free
No,
Whopper
the
Junior.
promise of Wenbanyama has jacked the prices 800%.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Direct flights.
How was Derby Day? You win any money?
No, we did not. I didn't. Bro, here's the thing. Last year we bet we lost like $100. This year I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick a winner, and then go against that one and pick someone else. And the horse that I decided not to pick won the fucking race, of course. So we lost another $50. No big deal.
Eh,
No big
that's the
deal.
best
8
thing
to
about
1.
horse tracks and dog tracks is it's low stakes
Yeah.
bets. It's like I'll bet
Yeah,
10 on
for
this, and then another 5 to place, and this motherfucker to show. And before you know it, it's like
Yeah.
I spent $50 and I won 40 back.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, it was 8 to 1, so I could have won, a decent amount of money. But
Yeah.
fuck it, who cares? It's a fun
Yeah.
time. It was fun. This weekend was rough because it was Cinco de Mayo and Kentucky Derby. I don't even think they've ever gone back to back like that.
Oh my
On
god,
one
this is a
weekend.
huge weekend for white people. Raleigh must have been.
Oh, Cinco de Mayo.
Raleigh must have looked like they dumped a bag of mini marshmallows all over the map.
Nah, Cinco de Mayo Friday was pretty crazy in Raleigh, but that Saturday we went to a new district in Cary called Fenton or whatever, like a rooftop bar and shit. It was fun.
Okay.
It was pretty fun.
All right.
Yeah. Saw my cousin out there. Saw some people. It was dope.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
My strategy for Kentucky Derby is always very simple. Have as many mint juleps as I can until they shut the bar off, and bet on the horse that has the funniest name.
Yeah. I don't remember any funny horse names this time.
What?
I was pretty blitzed.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie, I was way more blitzed this year than last year, so I don't remember as much of like the race part. But it was still fun though. I had a good fucking time.
I would have just been there at the finish line, like yelling, "Run through the tape," like Chris Webber with a gigantic fat head over me. Run through the tape! Run through the tape!
Fucking hilarious. But hey, yo, 1 year we're gonna go though. The Derby seems fun as fuck. I'm gonna go 1 year. That shit looks fun.
Well, I already told Jack Harlow I was going to go with him next year, but the year after that, Terry, I think we can swing.
All right, man. Let's get into
Yeah,
it.
man. The celebrities were not just out at Kentucky Derby, but they were in L.A. as well, courtside. Jack Nicholson,
The Lake Show.
200 years old, hasn't seen a basketball game all season. He was like, "This is the time."
Hasn't smiled. He hasn't smiled in 3 seasons. He's just there like. Lakers are
Last time he smiled, they were in the bubble.
good.
Real talk.
Maybe. I don't even know. Like I know he's aware and shit, but he definitely looks like he's it's going away from him. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
the smile is back, Terry. As soon as Lonnie Walker came off the bench in the fourth quarter, Jack Nicholson started grinning from ear to ear as he put up
Fourth quarter.
15 points in the fourth quarter to close out the Golden State Warriors. Terry, you picked the Lakers to win the series. They have now taken a commanding 3-1 lead. Is this over?
I thought I told you. You didn't listen to me, but I told you.
So it's over.
You know what I'm saying?
You tell me it's over.
Nah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they're the champs. You know, this isn't gonna be fucking easy, but yeah, it's kind of easy. I don't know. I mean, like at certain points, bro, it's just like they're guarding LeBron 1-on-1 in the post
With Steph.
or with Clay, and you're wondering like Steph has 5 fouls. Oh no, yeah, because you're trying to guard him 1-on-1. It's fucking LeBron James. Like once he remembers, he's like, oh yeah, let me stop shooting these long 2s and 3s. Let me see if I can get a fucking easy bucket. I'm not saying he played great, but that was Point Bron. He was dictating the game. The pace of the game was perfect for them at the end. Let's go through the game, though.
All right.
First quarter. What'd you think? Oh, because we had to watch 2 games. So it was 3 and 4 since Friday.
First quarter, I'm thinking, how much longer can Jordan Poole stay out here? That's what I'm thinking.
Ooh.
And the answer was
Hey.
16 minutes for the game, in which he scored
Man.
6 points.
He's looking like one of the worst contracts in the NBA, bro.
$140 million over 4 years, Terry. $140 million.
That's treacherous, dude. I mean, he played fucking great last playoffs, but right now...
You guys could have got Bones Highland for a 20th of that.
a pack of Newports, you could have got Bones
exactly.
Island. Shit, bro.
Yeah. That's my thoughts from the first quarter. And I was like, oh, Steve Kerr is going to have to make a change, and he did quickly.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
Not playing good enough for me, bro.
Yeah. Last year, that guy who was the second best player in the finals, the guy who was strapping Jason Tatum, that was a two-way menace. Like, he looks
Beast.
timid.
Beast.
He looks unsure. He looks like
Can't
he's
shoot.
looked like he's lost weight and is just getting moved by people nonstop.
Yeah, it's almost like he didn't play basketball for 4 months.
And he had a ton of wide open threes that he just bricked that he's got to hit. His stat line didn't look that bad, but watching the game, I was like, they just need more from Wiggins if they're going to win. Because right now, he's like the only person who can score in the paint. He's the only guy on the team who plays above the rim. Like,
yeah, because they're not letting Steph get to the rim easy.
No.
I mean, you know, he's going to get his points down there sometimes, but
and Steph
they're
was
not making
he was
that
great.
easy.
I mean, he had a triple-double. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean, he took what they gave him pretty much.
Unfortunately, that was a bunch of 30-footers.
I mean, that's at the end. But let me just let y'all motherfuckers know something right now. I love Steve Kerr, and the Warriors have not lost a playoff series ever before the finals since Steve Kerr's been the coach. Just going into game 1 and just being like, oh, you know, we beat the Kings this way. Fuck it, we can beat the Lakers the same way. And just playing Looney and Draymond and doing the same shit. And I told you motherfuckers, I was like, that shit ain't gonna work. And it didn't fucking work. I'm starting to question Steve Kerr and his, like, Steph Curry, you know, like, rest time. It's like, look, bro, when he's not on the fucking floor, they look like shit. He's just like, hey, if Steph's not on the floor, just run fast and see what you can do.
They can't score.
That-
Like, they
No.
can't score at all. With him on.
They're just trying to play fast and shit. Like, you can't just go out there and run and expect just to beat the Lakers just by running. Like, they got other dudes that can run on the bench, too. Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, of course, came off the fucking bench. They got horses, Rui. They got dudes that can run. You can't just be like, all right, they're old, run them. And Steph goes off. LeBron is starting to go off. You can't let Darvin Ham fucking outcoach you with substitutions. What the fuck? That's what's happening. With all due respect to Big Stevie. I got all respect for him, but
Barry,
that's some
I
elementary
got
school
in my
shit.
notes right here. Kerr getting out.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No challenge was used last game until the last second of the game on an obvious turnover that he had no. There were multiple
He loves
3-point plays that could have been reviewed or swung the other way, and he held on to it till it was completely useless. The Warriors insisted on switching everything with LeBron James on the court, And like you mentioned, he just brought Steph Curry's man up, forced the switch, posted him up, went to the low block, easy money. Bron didn't even hit all the shots that he could have over Steph. He hit
No,
fucking bunnies that are
but he got him in foul
Yeah.
trouble though. That was the thing.
100%. What we talked about in the Sun series. LeBron, he got that IQ pitch to 100. If we can't guard
Yeah.
Steph, let's put him in foul trouble. Let's let the bench.
That's also the thing that the Kings didn't exploit. Which I mean, there's levels to coaching, and I'm not gonna say that like Mike Brown didn't say like make Steph and Clay work, but obviously you can see right now LeBron, Darvin Ham, AD, and all of them, they're making Clay and Steph work every fucking single second on the defensive end. They're not just letting them rest and letting them sit on Rui and sit on like Schroeder and just chill in the corner. They're like,
And
no, you're about to be part of this action.
You can see the toll that it takes
Mhm.
because AD switched out onto Steph, game on the line, 30 seconds left. Steph turns him into Kevin Love from the finals. Can't get past him. Legs don't have enough juice. Been battling LeBron on the block for the whole quarter. Don't have enough zip to get past that first line.
I'll tell you
It's
this,
a
man.
war of
It's a
attrition, and LeBron is winning it right now.
it's a lot easier to do a post up, pass out of a double team, post up, jump hook, post up, fadeaway than it is to shoot fucking threes, like on the run and on the fast break and shit and try to, break down somebody with the dribble. That's like Steph was pretty cold in the third and the fourth. You could tell he was tired of shit, like you said. I try to tell you, motherfuckers, this Warriors team is not fucking good. Like, the fact that they won the chip last year, of course, some things worked out perfectly for them. I got to give Steph full credit for winning that chip last year. I don't think this team, constructed as it is a good fucking team. And you can tell immediately when Steph is not on the court. Like, if you just turn the game on, you're just like, is this the Warriors or the fucking Orlando Magic?
I'll say, like, to your point about that, I think they have too many specialists. Like,
Yeah.
Klay Thompson at this point of his career is a catch and shoot specialist.
He's Reggie Miller.
Looney is a rebounding specialist. Draymond Green is a defensive specialist. Gary Payton is a perimeter defense specialist who can't dribble or shoot. Jonathan Kuminga is an above the rim athletic specialist who can't dribble, pass, or shoot. Like, up and down their roster, they don't have well-rounded players that can do in a variety of ways. And, like, you look at the Lakers, and for all the talk about how their depth has been shit all season, and you really count on these guys like Rui Hachimura and
Oh, yeah, they fixed that.
like, they have specialists surrounded by all-around players. Austin Reeves has been huge for them with his ability to defend, create for others, hit open jump shots, and get to the free throw line.
He actually looked good. He looked good in this game.
Right. LeBron James, the ultimate non-specialist, the most versatile player who ever played basketball.
Yep.
Anthony Davis, guarding Steph Curry out on the three-point line in the biggest defensive possessions of the playoffs and stonewalling him 2 times in a row.
Yep.
Like, they are making their specialists work because they have the core of guys who are malleable and can do multiple things. And the Warriors, they're like, this is what your specialty is. This is what you do. And Steph has to do everything to make everyone else work. And that's why as soon as he sits on the bench, the whole system falls apart. Because all of these people are relying on Steph to some degree. And now with the head of the snake cut off, it's like the robot that got his wires disconnected. He's just fucking walking around, spazzing it out.
Yeah. I just think that, like, what was the game they punted? Game 2? And everybody was like, oh, the JaMychal Green shit worked. The JaMychal Green shit did not work. All right? The Lakers played like shit in the second quarter and the third quarter, and they just fucking punted it. They were like, all right, we're out. They were winning the fucking game 33-26 in game 2 of the first quarter. The Lakers were. I was like, all right, they're just going to keep doing this shit. The Lakers are going to win. They played like shit. AD was missing bunnies. And everybody's like, oh, Kerr's a genius for fucking putting shooting around Steph. Green can't fucking shoot barely. Wiggins can't fucking shoot. It's only Clay and Steph that can make threes. And I get on the pick and rolls they adjusted and made Draymond be aggressive. The Lakers just adjusted and said, all right, we're going to stop these fucking Draymond layups, kick it out in the corner, see if these dumbasses can shoot. They
did the
missed
exact
threes.
same thing they did to James Harden. They're like, go and
Yeah.
drive it and finish over traffic. They're
Yeah, straight up.
the kick out passes, just like when Dennis Schroeder allowed him to drive all the way to the rim with like 15 seconds left in the game. First of all, let's back up. On
Go
that
ahead.
possession, Draymond Green gets an offensive rebound from a missed Steph Curry three. He is underneath the basket, with
Mhm.
only Dennis Schroeder on him. And he
Yeah, he grabbed it over him.
never once looked at the rim. And immediately kicked it out for another contested three. Then he gets it
Yeah.
back, drives into the lane like Julius Randle, out of control. Excuse me, he looked like Lakers Westbrook on that one.
Bowling
Yeah,
ball.
drives in with a head of steam, jumps in midair and has to make a decision, turns the ball over. Like, this is what they wanted from you, dude. They baited you into that. The same way Bron baited you into getting kicked out of the finals. They let you have that drive lane. They said, hey, you remember when they used to let Steve Nash just dribble into the paint, dribble around the bottom of the basket and shit? Like, go ahead
I
and get
remember
in
that.
here, motherfucker. Like, you're not finishing over these 7-footers. They did the same thing to Draymond Green. And he said, okay, here you go, Lakers.
Yeah, this is just one of those games they wish they had back, man. Because nobody really played that great.
Besides
Vanderbilt. Yeah, I mean, we got to give credit to Lonnie. But, like, if we go into this game, Vanderbilt played like shit. He only played 11 minutes.
Hey,
Austin Reeves.
for the quick hook and for, like,
Yep.
rotations being like, this is not working, and I'm in it now.
Smart. Hella smart. I mean, D'Lo really didn't play well. He played excellent.
Yanked his ass, too.
Yeah. 1 for 10. He played like shit. He was a bit too selfish for me, too, to be honest, like out there on the court. I saw LeBron a couple times, got frustrated with him. Because D'Lo's like, I got this, guys. I got this. It's like, you played good in a couple games, but
Yeah,
I also would like to
about
say
how the Timberwolves held me back and I couldn't.
Yeah. Hey, look, I will say though, like in the games where he looked great, I was like, was he playing like this in Minnesota sometimes? Because I'm just like, what the fuck? But he went back to Minnesota D'Lo with 1 for 10, 4 points. But anyways, Lonnie Walker, man, Lonnie Walker won the game, like straight up.
Get ready, so you don't have to get ready, right?
Yeah, and to be honest, the after timeout plays, Darvin Ham, every single fucking time.
Oh wait,
they were scored.
This fucking triggered me on that shit.
Go ahead.
The play that Steve Kerr ran at the end of the game for the last shot.
What was it? I'm trying to remember. What the fuck?
The fucking pin.
Oh,
shit. Like, you remember it? You know what that play is called?
Steph has the ball out of bounds. He passes it into, I think, Draymond, and he drives in and then tries to pass it to Clay. Like, what the fuck was that?
You know what the name of that play is called?
What?
Hammer. Do you know who invented that play?
Darvin Ham?
Yes! That's his play! Of course they snuffed it out at the end. They saw it coming a mile away. He invented it.
That's comical.
Steve Kerr, a clunker this series so far, man. I never imagined with all of Darvin Ham's like questionable decisions throughout the regular season that he would be out coaching a 4-time fucking champion who's never lost a playoff series outside of the finals. I never would have thought it in a billion years, and he is out coaching Steve Kerr.
Yeah, he especially outcoached him in that game for him, bro. Like every single almost like TV timeout after any timeout, like the play was great. They almost got a bucket every single time. The Lonnie Walker shit, that's what pretty much sparked it. So like when they were down, I think it was 84-77, something like that. They come out after a timeout. LeBron gets the ball at the top. It's a pick and roll to AD. Lonnie comes off a pin down. He gets a three. He's not open. But I'm just like, they drew it up for Lonnie.
This motherfucker's watching J.R. Smith tape. He was like,
yeah. Like when I saw the play developing, I was like, they're drawing this up for Lonnie? This is weird. He gets it, splashes it. I'm like, oh shit. 84-70. No, it was 84-80. I was like, all right. I think this one might be getting fucking close, bro. And then at the end, once LeBron kind of started doing the old point guard shit, I knew it was done. Clutch free throws, Lonnie Walker, he killed it. AD played great defensively. Steph was just tired, bro, honestly. And I don't like I said before, not even as pessimistic now as I was before, even when I saw them win game 2. Because I told you, I was like, the shit that they're doing is not going to fucking last. I told you straight, I was like, I don't think that shit they did in game 2 is going to work.
It has to, because they cannot play Draymond Green and Looney together against Brown and AD. They can't.
No,
They
they
can't
can't.
do it.
No.
'Cause-
Well, I don't understand why they thought Looney would fucking handle AD. Like, he's been fucking him for the past couple of years Looney was on the team. When AD got there, he's been dominating him. With a good roster, bad roster, doesn't matter. AD always dominates the Warriors. They have no one to guard him.
Well, I don't know, man. Again, today it was like the tale of two halves for Anthony Davis. In the first half, he like 20 points, super aggressive. Second half, 5 points. Yeah, he had the 2 stops on Steph Curry, but it's like now with Anthony Davis, we're not going from game to game. We're going from half to half.
Yeah, but like, what do you feel like it is for AD? Because I'll say for me, when he's not scoring against just this team in particular, I don't think that the Warriors are doing anything to stop him. I'm just thinking he's not being aggressive. And I don't think it's a strategy thing. I'm not sure, but like, the Warriors aren't stopping him from doing anything. He's just not being aggressive. When he's not scoring, he's just not scoring.
Yeah,
When he wants to get a bucket, he can just get
I
one.
think like Draymond Green is in his head a little bit. Like he's had a lot more success against Looney than he has against Draymond. And like with Draymond, he tends to kind of push himself farther from the basket and not go into those hard elbows. You know what I mean? But for Anthony
23.
Davis, it's like, we need more from you either way. Draymond Green is 6'7". Like Kevon Looney is 6'8" or 6'7". Like you're 7 feet tall, dude.
Is Looney that short? I thought he was tall. How the fuck does he get 20
This
rebounds?
motherfucker
in
played
one game?
power forward at UCLA.
He was really good in high school, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's 6'9".
Yeah,
In
with
high
those
school, he
shoes
was
on, I don't
fucking
believe that
disgusting.
shit at all.
Damn, he plays way bigger than that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like 6'11" or some shit.
But it's
yeah.
like Anthony Davis, you got to eat, bud. And Steve Kerr, like, you cannot play 3 people who can't score on the court at the same time. And for large stretches, you're not going to be able to play 2 who can't score on the court for the same time.
Yeah, the non-Steph lineups don't work.
Oh,
Poole's just not stepping up. Like last year, Poole, I'm not going to say he looked like Steph.
But
in
it was
moments,
like a
but
Steph facsimile to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now when he shoots them like that,
This year, he's a Bones Highland facsimile.
straight up. I mean, what was the game? They still lost, but he hit that clutch 3 at the end when Steph passed it to him. When he was wide the fuck open, but they still lost that game. Was that game 3?
Yeah, game 3. Yep, when he shot the 40-footer.
Even when he was shooting that one. No, not that one. I'm saying the one where I think they took the lead maybe by 1, but the Lakers still came back again. When Steph set him up, he had him wide open. It was like an easy just 3, 25 feet, nothing crazy. I still thought he was going to miss that shit. He had made some, but I was like, yeah, he's still probably going to miss that shit. He made it. I was like, huh, good for you. He's unplayable, like you said. He's absolutely unplayable. He can't be because they don't have nobody else. Curry's not going to play Kuminga. Way to waste that fucking draft pick. The Warriors are ahead of their fucking time, huh, boys? Fuck out of here.
Wiseman, Moody, and Kuminga, they all look terrible.
Moody. Fucking Moody.
Talking about doing the Tim Duncan bridging 2 eras.
Man, dude.
They fucked that up so bad. And
Hey, you want to eat
mention
some?
Jordan Poole over Draymond Green? Like, for all of Draymond Green's bullshit, punching teammates, jumping on other players' chests, he's clearly the second best player on your team. And
Yeah, he's good.
maybe the most important. Like,
Defensively,
yeah,
you need him.
You need him and Curry. Like, you can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm. But they need Clay too, though. The only reason they won game 2 was because of Clay.
Thank you so much for bringing me on to that, man.
Oh, he played
We
like shit.
haven't gotten to game 6. We haven't gotten to Clay game all fucking playoffs. We need game 6 Clay to show up a day early for game 5. If the Warriors,
He played well in game 2.
he played well, but he didn't that was a blowout. You know what I mean?
The second quarter he had was the main reason why.
LeBron played 28 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm not counting that as a Clay game. Like, I need it when the lights are brightest and butts are tight and they're looking at you. Like, come bail us out with these magnificent shots. And you hit 6 of them in a row. We haven't seen that. We need to see it. If they have any chance of winning this series, they need a Clay game. And it's got to be
It's
coming
not
soon.
gonna. It's not gonna happen, bro. But because the main thing is like they have dudes that can run around. Like Clay can't just fucking run around and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna hit this three in front of like not Rui's face, but like Reeves is pretty long, Vanderbilt's pretty long. Those are the guys that are mostly chasing him around. I mean, even D'Lo's got long ass arms, so it's like he never. It's not really like an easy three every time, unless they get in transition. It's never
one
easy.
dribble leaning two because you want to go all the way into the paint and go into the trees.
Yeah, man, Darvin Ham, bro, and Lonnie Walker. I mean, good shit, good fucking shit, man. I gotta give it to him. I didn't, but you seem like you think they're gonna lose Game 5. I don't think they're gonna lose Game 5 in Golden State. But I will say, the Lakers at their best are better than the Warriors at their best.
Yeah.
It's kind of clear to see.
I agree with that.
This new roster is fucking.
I bet on the championship DNA over the you playing 8 games together over a course of a season with LeBron, AD, and these new guys.
Hey, LeBron and AD won a championship together with Schroeder.
Yeah, I'm talking about all the 7 guys who came with 20 games left, and LeBron only played 5 of them. I was like, a lot to figure out.
I got you. I mean, he's LeBron. Yeah. It's a different LeBron too. Like if this was majority scoring like Miami or Cleveland LeBron, I'm not saying it wouldn't work, but he definitely dominates the ball more back then than he definitely does now. He plays way different now. It's kind of interesting. He kind of fucked up their momentum in the third quarter with some of those long 3-point attempts and shit. Just post up, man. It's done. Your jump shot is cooked.
After that, he's like, "Why am I taking Steph Curry?
Yeah,
he's switching everything. What the fuck am I doing?"
Because, bro, plus the fucking long jumpers he took, they were such bricks. They got easy fucking shots on the other end. I'm like, Bron, you're gonna lose this fucking game if you keep doing this shit. He immediately stopped. It's like he heard me. I was like, if you shoot another long jump shot, I'm yanking you. He never shot one.
Hearing somebody. Stan Van Gundy must be stopped.
What did he do? I didn't listen to the broadcast.
I fucking listen to this guy anymore, dude. I cannot listen to Stan Van Gundy talk about basketball anymore. He goes, there's this one play or whatever, I think it was the third quarter, where they call moving screen on Draymond, where he shifts his hips 6 inches and keeps his feet where they are. And he goes, oh, yeah. He's like, don't challenge that. They're going to lose it. And that's a clear moving screen as you'll ever see. And he had his butt. I know the Lakers attack the paint and deserve a lot more free throws than the Warriors do. But it appears as though Stan Van Gundy has been placed on the referee's payroll as a liaison to the commentary booth to explain to us how the refs never make mistakes and are always right. There are 15, 25 times a game that somebody sets a screen like Draymond did there. There might be 20 times a quarter that somebody sets a screen like
I was about to say, there's probably an illegal screen on every single possession.
And that wasn't the only time. The fucking over-the-back calls, the boxing out shit. It's like, this dude is ruining the viewing experience for me. And then,
so you don't want him at any of them?
Just clone his brother and put him out there again?
I think they'll probably get Game 5. You said Stan Van Gundy, right? Not Jeff.
Man, he's doing the whole Lakers-Warrior series. He's been on every fucking game.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that because I don't be listening to it because I watch it at night, so I'm watching it in bed and Shay's sleeping. I'm just watching.
Doing your fucking method, I'll listen to Jack Harlow's new album while this shit.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I can't do it.
It's miserable. It's a miserable experience listening to Stan Van
Gundy. Yeah. Any light at the tunnel for the boys or what?
I mean, it's got to be Klay Thompson. He's got to light it up and be the light.
Nah, it's done.
Because if Klay Thompson on fire is not the light at the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel is a train, and it's got Lakers right across the grill.
The L train, LeBron. Hey, shout out to Bron.
Julius Randle's new name, the R train. The R stands for retard.
Yeah, I was about to say that's completely that and nothing else. There's that shouldn't be anything else.
We're trading him to Charlotte, and he's playing every game in the Spectrum Center.
Yeah, so let's do the game by game shit, right? Mm-hmm. Is this doing anything for you in terms of the Steph LeBron thing for you? Because I know you seem to like Steph a little more than LeBron.
Yeah, I do. I'll cop to that. I like him.
Yeah. I mean, I know you got him. You know LeBron. You know where you have
I
LeBron
got
all the time. I know
over him now, but I still think the chase is on, Terry.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
man.
he didn't have his best game, but this is the point where we are with Steph, where he has like a 30-point triple-double. And we're like, he didn't play his best game. Like, he's the only person
I mean,
who
he
can
didn't.
create offense for the entire team. Nobody else can dribble on the entire team. Nobody else can get their shot. He's the offensive engine for all 7 people who are playing in the game besides him.
Welcome to LeBron's life.
Yeah.
On a decent amount of teams he's
It's
played.
a little harder to do it when you can't post up. It's a little harder to do it when
it's
you
tough.
can't.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, Steph could win for me, right? Steph could win 7 chips. I can't put him above like Jordan or LeBron, maybe Magic, but like he doesn't fucking. He's too reliant on his teammates playing great as well. Like, he can't do it totally. Like, he can't just completely master the fucking game. He hasn't done it enough for me. Like, he does it in spurts, but it's not like the whole game. Like, Steph is just fucking murdering him, and you can't stop him. You can't stop his fucking.
Yeah. I know,
like, I don't know.
but I wonder how different things would look if it was Otto Porter Jr. out there instead of Kuminga, and we'd still be talking about.
Oh, yeah, but
you know what I mean?
yeah, they just don't. That's on the GM. That's not Steph's fault. But I mean, of course, like Steph doesn't.
Terrible position, and we're like, why isn't he the best player ever when the other 4 guys on the court can't score? And they're
Hey, but that's a part of leadership too, or as well. He doesn't put any pressure on the fucking GM to like give him actual shooters around him. Like, give me some shooters. Bro, how he's playing right now, swear to God, all he needs is like 2 shooters and Clay and Draymond. Nobody can beat them. Nobody can fucking beat them. Give him fucking 4 shooters and Draymond Green pick and roll. The Lakers are getting dusted. Absolutely fucking dusted. With all due respect to LeBron.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and I'll give you this. LeBron is guarding him one-on-one. Now, I remember you were laughing at me, and you were like, you just going to have LeBron guard Steph? That's fucking cook. Every time LeBron was on Steph was like, I don't want no problems. Pass it. Every single time. Every possession I watched, I was like, he just literally just passes.
I want to see the second spectrum tracking data on that one.
Hey, just watch the game. A lot of times when they got the LeBron-Steph switch, when LeBron is guarding Steph just passed the ball. I'm like, Steph, I think you can take LeBron. He never really tried.
I know you can.
He didn't try, though. It's like, bro, LeBron's 38, man. He's not the same LeBron that can shut you the fuck down. This is a totally different LeBron. Like, it was one time he, like, slightly did a move. LeBron kind of stumbled, but Steph just walked backwards. And I was like, take him! Take the motherfucker! God damn!
Well, we saw how Steph responded in Game 7 of the Laugh Series after not playing his best in Game 6, and he told everybody, I'll take you guys home. You just fucking, like, do all the dirty work. This ain't the same Steph who lost to LeBron in years past, who's, like, butt got tight and shrank in the big moments. He wants the big moments. Yeah. He wants to be the reason to win. I wouldn't count him out just yet. I know it's 3-1. But how poetic would it be if Steph Curry reversed a 3-1 against a man who overcame the biggest 3-1 in NBA history?
I ain't gonna lie, I'd actually love to see that. That'd be awesome. I'm not gonna fake. That'd be fucking awesome to see. I'd be like, oh, LeBron, you're fucking cooked. You're 10 all time. You're out of here. Get him out of here.
I'm not watching Heat Knicks Game 5, but I'm watching this Lakers Warriors thing. My remote doesn't need to be found because I ain't changing channels.
To be completely honest, the one series I've been out on is Sixers Celtics. But now it's 2-2, so I'm going to be like, checking in way more. I'm probably going to watch every single game now. But, a couple of those games, I was just like, I might have to mess with some guys. You guys are playing like shit. I don't like this basketball.
Final question, Terry.
Good.
If the Warriors lose Game 6, or Game 5.
It was Game 5?
If they lose Game 5, is this the end of the Warriors as we know them?
Nah, I don't think so. I think this is still a good basketball team, clearly, because, like, the Lakers, although they're up 3-1, not one single game was a blowout. Like, they've all been close wins. The only team that's been blown out is the Lakers. the Warriors blew them the fuck out. I mean, you can say they quit or whatever, but they fucking ran them off the court. It's mostly an Andrew Wiggins thing, man. He's legitimately like, if you put everybody at the peak of their powers, it's Steph, Wiggins, Draymond, Clay. Wiggins is playing like the fourth or fifth best option right now. I mean, he took a long ass break. You can't you're a one-time champ, dude, but you're not Steph in them. You can't just be like, all right, I'll just turn it on in the playoffs. You aren't doing
Right,
it.
it's like you built your whole career to the point where you had like rhythm and continuity.
Yeah.
Remember that guy, and then you finally hit the level, and then you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
could just flip a switch and hit this level whenever I want. No,
Yeah,
it took
yeah.
you all those steps and all that work to reach there.
Yeah, and I understand, whatever happened off the court, if it was unfortunate or whatever, but I can't just expect him to just be great. And I'll say this too, like, I don't know, at a certain point, when the Warriors lost the game 6, at home to the Kings, I was like, they can't beat the fucking Lakers. If they get past the Kings, I was like, they can't beat the Lakers, dude. This team, Steph Curry in the first round versus the Sacramento Kings should not have to like go to the locker room and like have a fucking passionate speech to win a fucking game. He shouldn't have had to score 50 points against the Kings.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what's going on, but this team is just not it.
There's going to be some roster movement this offseason.
Yeah, his championship window is still open though. I'm not
Jordan
saying
Poole is looking like he is one of the most untradeable contracts in the league.
it's
Draymond,
tough. You think?
team option or a player option.
So I'll throw the question back to you. Do you think it's done if they lose this game 5? The championship window? Steph's too good for me to believe.
I think they break up one of the core.
Oh, like Clay or
I do.
Draymond?
If I would bet on Clay. Now, keep in mind, Terry, the Warriors GM Bob Myers has flirted with retiring this entire offseason. Dropped all these little breadcrumbs about how this might be his last year, and he's looking to go to media and all this other shit, so that he can duck out of giving the axe to Klay Thompson, promote some new guy into his place. You take the fall for trading one of the like faces of franchise for the last 25 years. You hit the reset button, not me, and do what's best for this franchise. I can see a pathway to it happening. And after seeing Klay Thompson struggle to score, dribble, or defend in the second round, looking a little freaky, I think it's time to wonder if he's an ideal backcourt partner for Steph going forward.
I think that's an honest assessment, man. I mean, he ruined the NBA. You can blame Klay. He ruined the NBA. This Game 6 Klay, he ruined it. He's the one who brought fucking KD over here and fucked up everything. The timeline got all fucked up. LeBron would have had 8 chips if this fucker KD would have never came. Like, Klay? What? I'd love to see Klay anywhere else. If Klay played with LeBron, imagine Klay on any other team. It's just he can shoot, man.
Yeah.
Give him a better team, and I think he'll flourish. I don't know if this is the right team for him. You might be right.
Put him on the Nuggets.
That'd be dangerous. That'd be dangerous. I don't know what his contract's sitting on, but that'd be dangerous. Hey, if what changes more for you? If LeBron wins or Steph wins, who gets a bigger jump in your eyes? Like the championship, not the series. For me, the series is not like a defining.
Oh, if they win the chip,
guys. Yeah, I don't think this series is defining.
Steph,
Steph's
got more to gain, I think.
You'll finally be able to like back up Steph's better than LeBron, and
You'll
doing
be
all
able
that
to have
shit.
the argument and have a lot of stats in your corner.
Yeah, and then I can't just be like,
Where's LeBron? He's already at the final table. Like
he's pretty much solidified.
Like 4 or 5, it's cool. We're splitting hairs, like whatever. But like you're already there with the top guys. But if Steph gets that 5, the second on his own back, or the third on his own back, but the second Finals MVP, like
the Steph Magic
that
thing
changes legacy, and you start to have that Magic Johnson conversation as well.
I think I think we should already have the Steph Magic conversation, but if he wins, it might.
Steph played with Kareem.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Steph, man. It's just like I don't know what I need from him. I don't know if he can move for me. He can move some slots, but
need what you were talking about. You need a more cutthroat Steph who goes to the front office and says, "It's been a great run, but I need you to get rid of my buddies, and I need people who are ready to come with me to win a championship."
You either need more two ways or more shooters. Something's got to give. Jermichael Green shouldn't be getting fucking playoff minutes.
You know what I just thought? How would you feel about if Kyrie Irving joined the Warriors?
Man, that would fuck up their defense really badly, though, man.
It would.
I mean, because to be honest
But
with
man,
you,
does that solve the problem of what happens when Steph leaves the court? And Steph can play without the ball in his hands.
that's true. If they can, sneakily stagger their minutes a lot, that'd be
That's something that
crazy.
no one's
but-
talked about at all. Could solve a lot of problems. Could be
I'm
a
a
place to rehab a guy who has like organizational lack of, I guess, like people across the NBA have questions about his ability to fit in a locker room and be a good
Yeah.
teammate. And what
Yeah.
better place to do that than the Golden State Warriors? And if he could stick it to LeBron in the process.
I just think the only thing that is separating the Mavs and the Warriors apart
Steph,
is Kyrie Irving. No, is Kyrie Irving. Like, Luka Doncic is really fucking good. He complains a lot. He does a lot
probably
of
the
stupid shit.
difference is Draymond Green, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Kyrie, too. Like, Kyrie is just bad at defense. The Mavs defense
No
was
Jordan
horrible.
Poole. But if we have Kyrie out there taking a
But Kyrie's making shots,
like,
yeah.
suddenly
Like, Kyrie's had multiple 40-point playoff games. Not even finals games. Like,
don't rule it out.
he's...
Don't rule it out. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, man, that's tough. LeBron, win this chip, man, so I can finally give you the whole Jordan thing. Fuck Jordan. Get him out of here. 38? If the championship window is 22 years, go fuck yourself, Mike. It's done.
Fuck that. I'm ordering Devin Booker versus Michael Jordan. All right, guys. It's been another amazing episode of the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. Thank you guys for kicking it here with us as we break down the second round of the NBA playoffs. We will be back on Friday. Hopefully we figured out how to record an entire podcast without it getting completely fucked. And we'll be back to wrap up possibly the Sixers and the Celtics, Lakers and the Warriors, and give our previews for the next round.
Yeah, Friday, I think he probably got it wrapped up at that point. It might be done. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. And North Carolina, continue to stand up.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.